Good morning, everybody. This is Leo Gilling, and I am kind of alone this morning, but don't worry. I think I'll have some people to join me this morning somewhere, somehow. It's good to be here. It's a Saturday morning, and as you can tell, it is going to be a great day. The sun is shining out, and we're getting ready for a wonderful Saturday morning. I just finished having my coffee with some fritters. Anybody know how to make good fritters? I mean, great fritters. Help me here. I had some fritters this morning, and it was really good. I thought it was going to be some thin crusted fritters, but they were kind of fat. But let me tell you something, they really taste good. And it came with coffee, the real Jamaican instant coffee with milk, with condensed milk. I mean, how do you drink any other coffee in the morning other than condensed with condensed milk? How do you drink any other milk other than the Jamaican Mountain Peak with condensed milk with a little bit of cinnamon in there? That there's nothing better than that. And I remember the first time I tasted coffee. It was, it took me about, how long? It took me probably about 35 years before I had my first cup of coffee. And I'm not so sure why. When we grew up in Jamaica, coffee was not a thing that everybody drank, right? Not kids my age anyway. And they never gave you coffee. They give you tea, bush tea to drink. Coffee was never. I think it's because I started working at some company and didn't have anything else to do what break other than they give you coffee and stuff. And you're waking up early in the morning. You needed something to just to be like the other guys. So I guess it wasn't 35 years. It may have been like 26 or 27 years. But on this before I started drinking coffee. Tell me, when did you start drinking coffee? Because I know that I grew up seeing coffee. I grew up beating coffee in the mortar, what they call it. I grew up seeing it being dried on limb, not limb, the zinc, the zinc sheet, and people bagging it and sending it out. I had the sweet skin with the flesh, but never really drank the coffee until I was really big. And I never got a chance to drink the real Jamaican coffee until I was much older. And I started going back to Jamaica and picking it up to bring it back to the country to give away. And then I guess I opened a bottle of instant coffee one time and drink it. I mean, the first time I had it, I remember the first time I had it. It was Mountain Peak instant coffee with condensed milk. Ladies and gentlemen, no better than that. I mean, you can put all of the coffee beans with them put in a thing and crush and make coffee. I don't believe that there's anything better than the actual instant coffee. It is really tasty, and when it comes with that condensed milk, it's something else. I'm gonna go online and find out to see if I can find you guys Jamaicans.com, and then we can take the discussions a little bit further. There are some things going on in our day-to-day lives that have affected us Jamaicans abroad and Jamaicans abroad. I saw some things in the news this morning where here I am. Let me see. Hold on. I see you guys now. I see what these guys have been seeing now. I see the first person here, Paulette Chambers, says, "Good morning, Leo. I'm not getting the notifications. I had searched for you." Okay, that's cool. At least I know that we are important. Mark Hayes says, "Good morning, Leo. VM Esler said, good morning, Leo. Where are the other ladies? Them soon come, I think. Diana said she's going to be late. Carlene Madden. Good morning, Carlene. She says, change the heading. All right. You know, being alone, it's like you don't get to see anything. You don't get to do anything. And so I'll change the heading later on. She says, saltfish fritters. Yes, sir. Nice. You know, me not call it fritters. Fritters sound like it Polish, you know, Kingston. I love to say fritters because that's what me grew up on. All right. Carlene, was that Carlene? No. No, it was Olga. Yeah, I like the fritters word better. Mark Hayes says, same here. I didn't drink coffee until well into my 20s. That's true. Good morning. I love hearing you speak. Lord of mercy, my Jamaican friend. Okay, Teresa Sinsko is watching. Jody de la Plata, good morning to you. It's quite possible exposure has a lot to do with it. Unfortunately, she says, have an allergy to caffeine. Is that right? My great-grandfather grew coffee and tobacco. Oh, tobacco too. Okay, never smoke it. Laverne Reddish says she's watching. Maria Malcolm is watching. Joan Blissett Fisher is watching. Let me make sure that I pronounce this word. It's Vernerine Williams. Good morning, Vernerine Williams. It's really nice to have you guys here this morning. You know, I'm going to fire Michelle. I'm going to fire Diana Davis-Smith because they're not sure for work this morning, and I really wanted to talk about coffee. Somebody said they like when we talk to me. Good morning, Antoinette. Yeah, so yes, I didn't drink that coffee for a long time. And when I had it, it was kind of a turn off, to be honest with you. You know, when you go to work a morning time in America, right? It's cool, because I was in New York. It's cool. And everybody else, I drink coffee. Then drink it black, then drink it with sugar, then drink it with the other stuff. But I only drank coffee during those days because everybody else I drink coffee, right? So I didn't drink coffee because of the love, but then I drink coffee because they want to feel good in the morning. And you know, as you have all the energy in the world, you don't need coffee for energy. But it was okay and cool to have a cup of coffee on, you know, at your desk when everybody else had it. And when they must say they want to wake up a long time. Me not need it. But I had to do it. And it's only when I first tried the Jamaican instant coffee. And if you never tried it before, listen, don't try the instant coffee with milk, with cow's milk. Don't try the instant coffee with no creamer. Try instant coffee with condensed milk. I'm telling you, nothing no better than that. Condensed milk. And make it be either Betty, the Jamaican Nestle, because you know the Nestle condensed milk America not taste good. Because I know that is not milk. That's not condensed milk. Try Betty, Eve, or the Jamaican Nestle. Me don't know about Grace. Me never have that. But try the Eve, the Betty milk, or the Jamaican Nestle product. It is absolutely fabulous. Also, add a little bit of little bit of cinnamon, just a little bit. It could be the powder or whatever. Just add little bit of cinnamon to it, and nothing no better than that. Tell you, nothing. I see Diana Smith trying to come on, but we just fire her, so we'll see what else. Susan J. Libra, good morning to you. Mark A. At work, coffee tastes bad. That's true. It's really true. It says nowadays they have a little pod and some other flavor. Some other flavor going on, you know, but for the most part, them coffee they work don't taste good. And though I love the idea of brewing coffee, look at Starbucks. The coffee that is good. Me don't understand that how people gravitate towards them kind of thing. Me don't understand oh, you gravitate to them kind of, because if it's not Jamaican instant coffee, don't taste good. Believe me. That is my, Pauline Chambers says, I didn't drink coffee until I was in my 20s. I was working in an office where everyone drank, and it smelled good. She says, smell good. I don't drink coffee with condensed milk, and I don't like instant coffee. Listen, man. Listen. Quiet. Me and you. Gordon says, good morning to you, blessings. It said coffee is marvelous. Emmanuel Miller, good morning to you. It's really great to have you. And as I said, me can't hear Diana, and I'm sure she can hear me. But hold on, I think that is my sound. Just 1 second, Diana. I can't hear you in a minute. I tell the people and say I am firing Michelle. I'm keeping Diana this morning, just for this morning. I keep her.
All right, fine. Well, I'm happy for the employment with the no pay. And then after this, I suppose you can go and buck down my house and tell me sorry. But it's all right. I can. A good thing I have somewhere else I can go squat. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry to be late this morning. I was trying to fix my audio thing. I hope it's working properly. I was running late before that, and then, you know, as Pat would have it, something else go wrong. So
you're only wicked Juliana. Yeah, wicked Juliana come talk about. Leo, I don't think you have the power to fire anyone. Dr. Dan has an excuse, and hopefully Michelle has one too. Feisty.
Thank you very much, Jodian, for looking out for me. And him don't understand, you know, that me and Michelle can join together and fire him. You know, understand the majority ruling in this country. Around with himself.
Smith Coleman is watching. Good morning to you. Also nowadays, Mark says the latte at places like Starbucks is not bad. I need to try it. I've never tried latte in my life. I'm no coffee. I'm not going to instant coffee, right?
Backward, bad.
Joan Blissett Fisher says, I will have to get some Jamaican condensed milk. Please, condensed milk and instant coffee are the best thing in the world. All right. Jude says, good morning, all. I could not see you guys last week. I did not get a link. Can you please post where I can find you on YouTube? Okay. Diana, please go on there and post our YouTube link. It's easy. It's youtube.com/Leo Gilling. It's easy.
Just look for Leo Gilling on YouTube.
Yeah, just look for Leo Gilling on YouTube and you'll find me. You know, you'll see live thing going on at the same time. I will try to be right on time in the morning, 9 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Jamaica time. Here is Dorrit Bedford's watching. Joni says, true, Doctor. Me no know, Joni. Me no know you at all this morning. Coffee is a must, Jude said.
Where is this chat? I can't find the chat on Facebook.
On Facebook, man. You make me all a cough.
It's very hard to read the chat. Them go and read people gain enough for reader this morning. Worst I come, I can't find it.
Michael Tingling, Jude says, okay, guys, thank you. Raquel Prince, good morning to you. Peter Gracie, good morning. Refreshing to you guys. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Peter. Nice to see you. Jennifer Marie Griffiths. You know, somebody said they like when we chat patois. So we don't try to reading a patois and chatting a patois.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, let me hear you.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yes.
So what you can't find the chats.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus said, Leo, your link needs to send us a notification. All right. So here's the best thing for you, right? If you have not yet done so, to be certain, right? Subscribe to the link on YouTube and it will always pop up, right? I'm not so sure why the link is not popping up on Jamaicans.com. If you go to youtube.com, let me write it here, youtube.com, youtube.com, and then / Leo Gilling. It will always give you a pop, please. And I'd love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate that. I just put it in. Lana Hamilton Blackwood says, good morning. It's a pleasant surprise to see you. And Peter Grace says, Leo, you need an administrator. Achoo! I hired Michelle and Diane to be administrators, and they're not doing their job. Diana come in 10 minutes late, I clock in 10 minutes late in the morning, and Michelle not show for work. I need to find some people.
Lucky we come. Lucky we come. In Jamaican fashion, you're lucky. We could have stayed in our bed.
Have you ever had, we're talking about instant coffee, the Jamaican, something like a peak, instant peak, what do they call it again? Mountain peak. The Mountain Peak instant coffee. They have all kind of instant coffee, Nescafe, Folgers, all of them sitting there. But I keep telling the people, them said there's nothing like Jamaican Mountain Peak coffee and condensed milk. I didn't say coffee and condensed milk. I just say coffee and condensed milk. All right. Have you had it there?
I've had it in passing. I'm not very fond of it. I prefer to have freshly brewed coffee. So I use a French press and I make my beans. I have roasted beans, or I might have grounds, and I take it through the French press and I make a good pot of coffee. Then I probably have it black, predominantly black, mainly black. Occasionally I put some cream in it, but the rituals for the condensed milk, I know somebody who loves it that way, and so I'd fix it, but I'm not fond of it.
Nobody don't want your opinion. We don't want the way you cook. We don't want all of that. Nobody don't want it. We don't know where I give it to us for.
Super way to have that black coffee so you can appreciate it. My friend Cheryl has it with dates. So she'll sip on our coffee, our black coffee, and she eat dates because dates are so sweet. So you get a little sweetener on it, and it's so much healthier than the condensed milk.
There is a reason I like Garwan. You know? Garwan says instant Jamaican instant coffee is superb.
No, to make coffee. Coffee is to be made. In fact, the best way is to have a coffee dripping. Can you imagine when you set that and just have it drip, drip, drip? Oh.
I'm not seeing Nana Binion in a long time. Nana Binion, good morning to you. My gosh, I'm not hearing it. Maybe you've been there and Michelle just don't know how to pronounce your name. Nana Binion.
Don't take no step with Michelle. Don't take no step with Michelle.
It says so. I prefer brewed. Go to business. No, I read the text. I prefer coffee. No,
like proper coffee making. About put some foolishness in a bottle, some powder stuff, and then put water in it and think it's coffee. There's no easy way to make a cup of coffee. No easy way. This powder thing that you have and dusting it into your cup and thinking that you're drinking coffee. Ridiculous.
Good morning, Anna Wakefield. Ann Wakefield, not Anna, but Ann Wakefield. It's good to have you on board. Jude says, no freshly brewed coffee for me, for Jamaica, with cream or creamer or Starbucks. I paid dearly for my friends to squeeze some Jamaican coffee in their suitcases. Hold on, me don't get a partner good.
No, she not in. She is into freshly brewed coffee from Jamaica with cream. She's not in that foolishness.
No, have anything to do with. I'm reading nothing to do with anything brewing.
Here, Judes, no foolishness.
Good morning, Owen Ware. It's great to have you, Faye Williams. Good morning to you, Philip Demetrius. Mountain Peak instant and condensed is the best thing in the world. And that I want to read. And nobody send me nothing else but no brood. Philip is watching. Paulette Hawkins, good morning to you, Jody. Jody says, Dr. Diana, exquisite palette. Go. I wish I could have caffeine food. She can drink. Good. The leaders, good morning to you. Courtney Reed, good morning to you. And there are many other people who are watching. I'm glad I'm there.
So you look on YouTube for the people them on YouTube and read those comments. You forget?
I have never chat so much in my life. You see me a cough. Why is it that you have given more?
And then also, did you remind persons that it's October and it's Cancer Awareness Month? And so we all are to be wearing our pins this morning or wearing pink, not orange and yellow and green, but pink is the month. And wear your pins to support your friends, your sisters, and the 1 and 2 brothers, them who have breast cancer. But there's just so many types of cancer.
Royal on YouTube. Jamaican coffee needs to be brewed. Go.
Yeah. Drag him up.
Also there.
Imam Philip, but make Imam Philip go sit down. But instant coffee with condensed milk. But if you're going to have it with the condensed milk, might I provoke you to add a little bit of cinnamon and a pinch of salt, and it tastes better. It would taste better. I don't equate to coffee, but that's the closest that you're going to get to whatever is that milky thing that you're drinking.
All right, so let's get back to the breast cancer thing, right? I made an announcement also on my show last night, my music show, that I recognize October as a very important month for me, right? My sister Sharon, she died in 2013. She was born on October 28th, 1958, right? She died when she was 55.
Was how much?
Huh?
How old was she when she died?
55.
Okay.
And Sharon died of complications from breast cancer, because she had breast cancer and didn't take herself to the doctor early enough. She did what she needed to do to be diagnosed early, and even after she found that she had it, she refused a lot of things, and so it, what do you call it, metastasized, or what do you call that word?
Get bad.
Get bad, and it spread to her lungs.
Oh.
Died from lung cancer instead of breast cancer. So I generally every year, I'm very cognizant of the month of October, and I would love to be able to do more about breast cancer, but it's most times about my sister that I celebrate the month of October. So, but women, men too, I applaud the ones who go out and try to diagnose themselves, or get a diagnosis early, so that if there's any
get checked, then I'll go forget diagnosed, then go get checked to make sure so they're not happy.
Yeah, then get checked early. Thank you.
But I think that Cancer Awareness Month is more than just breast cancer. There's so many forms of cancer.
Yes.
There's so many. Have you seen the numbers of ribbons that are out there for cancer awareness?
I know there's a lot of comments coming. Can I just recognize the people that are here, please, real quickly? Raquel Prince. I remember Raquel Prince. Good morning to you. Mark Finger Heyman is watching. I like that name, Finger Heyman. Chef Noel Cunningham. Oh, you do, Chef? Hey, good to see you. Frederick Lada and Paulette Chambers says sorry for the last, Leo. Noel Cunningham. Joan Blissett Turner, I love coffee and eager to have a cup every place I travel. Coffee taste is enhanced by the water used to brew it. What? I don't know about that.
Yes.
Millicent Gardner.
The purer the water.
Oh, Millicent says, I am not a coffee expert. They wouldn't let me drink it as a child. True. I would love to smell it. And she said she loved to smell it though. When I drink it now, I add chocolate. And that's actually a great taste. The chocolate, adding chocolate and coffee together, mixing it together.
Mocha.
A great what you call it?
Mocha.
Oh, is that right? That's what you call mocha? Please, I did not know that. Laura Hamilton says the Jamaican instant coffee really good with condensed milk. But tell you some hazelnut flavor. She said had some hazelnut. Jody said Leo can't multitask. Love you know. What can I say? You need to lick the nail right on the head. But yeah, so October is a very special month for me. And you know.
All right, so we're sorry to hear. Paulette says sorry. Chef Cunningham, where are you out of? Where do you practice your craft? How long have you been in this business?
Because that come for many years. He cooks on Jamaican.com.
Oh, well, he cooks on Jamaican.com.
Yeah.
Joni says annual screening are important to your overall health and wellness. That's true, Joni. But I think that in Jamaica, we really don't have it as a culture that everybody, when you reach a particular age, you know you must go. Probably because it's just not affordable to get these screenings. Or people just figure, say, oh, I'm not going to get no cancer. You know, in my family. And because it's not in their family, they figure that there's no need for them to go and check. But I think like so many other things, we need to encourage the younger people to go get tests. Just go do your tests. Just go do your mammograms when you have to. Despite the pain, I think I started to talk the other day about how painful it is to do a mammogram. But somebody tell me them have 3D machine, you know, tell me where they because me now go make nobody flatten out my breast again. I have 2 sisters who are breast cancer survivors, and they were very supportive during my journey. Oh, Philip, you should tell us about your journey. He's a cancer survivor too himself. Seem as if it's in your family, but that is good that in the family you want to survive as well. So we're happy that you're here to share that joy with us today.
Mark Hay says Diana likes the expensive Arabic taste of the coffee bean. Says the cheap stuff is Robusta beans and will need condensed milk with that. You're feisty. What a feisty man this. All right. Patricia Barnes says add cinnamon and turmeric to your coffee. Dr. Diana and Leo.
No, not adding anything to my coffee. What's that? Tell Leo that.
The only thing I like in coffee is instant coffee. Listen, I'm gonna get the thing. Hold on. This some cup. Think I like it there.
The only thing I like with my coffee is 2 good saltfish fritters. Them not to be too thick, them thin and flavorful, full of saltfish and full of pepper. I don't want the pepper burning. I don't want to bite into the pepper. So because I don't want to bite into the pepper, when I'm making my saltfish fritters, I put my pepper in the oil. So it has that flavor and it has that smell, but I don't bite into it. So that's the only thing I want with my coffee, saltfish fritters. All right, Leo, we now promote nobody coffee, go put it down.
Me just make them know so me serious about my instant coffee, okay? Me serious about my Jamaican instant coffee. But I buy no more, it's like no more coffee, no mean nothing to me.
And he adds condensed milk to it. And now he's going to add a pinch of salt and some cinnamon to kind of raise the flavor of it, since he must have it like that.
You are absolutely right that it goes well with Jamaican fritters. Really, really great combo. I mean, the best combo in the world.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, but good coffee with good fritters. Fabulous. What's your favorite way to have coffee? Leo, you like it with fritters? Now that you can, you probably eat it with hard-dough bread.
Flitters, as in Florida, flitters. F-L-I-T-T-A-Z-Z. Flitters.
Fritters is spelled F-R-I, not F-L.
Can't even spell the damn word. We have a lot of comments coming in now. You need to read them.
All right. So Jude Browning says that Chef Cunningham is a Jamaican imported to Canada. Okay, so I'm in Canada. Chef Cunningham in Canada. Lorna says try the coffee with some rum. Yes, with some rum cream. That's the cream that you add to coffee.
What that name?
It named coffee with rum cream.
The damn drunk, I don't know.
Well, Lorna, let me tell you something that you can add to it because I don't really want the cream in it. You just add some Patron, some coffee Patron, or you add some Tia Maria to it. And there's a Jamaican place that makes a coffee liqueur. Just add it to it, so everything black, no cream. But I can imagine that the rum cream, it would taste good.
Here's Mark K says, Leo, as a St. Mary man, they grow very good tobacco up there. Me never know that. I don't smoke. I never smoke in my life. I lie. Me smoke when me a little boy. I have one chocho tree.
I smoke chocho leaf.
Try to provide what I'm cotton in the bed to rat it. All right. It was funny. Ironically, Diana Davis, the fritters is what Leo says. Fritters, exactly. Thank you. Had this with Jamaican Mountain Peak this morning. Hey, excellent, excellent. We have a lot of comments, Diana. You're not reading the comments, them, and
Philip says at a bank in Portmore, they have instant coffee and condensed milk in the lobby. It's a must, and they have no limit. They're going to throw you out.
So I tasted, let me tell you what I tasted last year in Jamaica. I tasted cold instant coffee with condensed milk. Cold, not hot. Cold instant. And let me tell you, Uno, something. I feel like I was having rum cream. It is.
Oh, you must have rum cream. I didn't have rum in there.
I'm telling you, it was really, really good. I had it at a place up in on Old Hope Road. Another Old Hope Road, on Hope Road, another place. Blue something under that. Really, really, really good.
Oh, Blue Cafe.
Yes. Chef says good morning. Raquel Prince says good morning, Chef. I know that they know each other. Jody says annual screening is important. Philip, 1, 2 sisters. I read that. Lorna Lloyd, good morning to you. Jennifer Rodney, good morning. I hope this is a Rodney from Morocco, Bessa. Judes Browning, Chef is a Jamaican. We read all of that already. Lana, try coffee with some rum cream. You read that already. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Carol, Philip Demetrius at bank. Oh, wait, you let me read over the darn thing then. Sure.
You don't have to read, you know, and test your brain. So go on.
All right. So the other thing is, I was listening to Dr. something the other day, and him say, you have to keep your brain, active. Don't just do crosswords puzzles every day, because after a while your brain gets stuck on crossword puzzle. So you can do crossword puzzle today and domino tomorrow and do card game tomorrow. Do a 3-card thing and so that your brain get mixed up and it can continue to work hard and so forth. So keep that in mind with a bottle of Jamaica Mountain Peak coffee with condensed milk.
Oh my gosh.
What's on the news today, Diana? I know that I saw the Prime Minister going out yesterday after him done tear down the people in the house. You went on and started to love them up. I don't know if you saw that. That was so fun.
Right, and I just skipped it.
Oh my God. That was so cool.
Yes, I saw it and I skipped it because it's just like taking people for damn fool. Where you order to knock down my house. You know what a house is for a Jamaican? A Jamaican who can't afford to buy a house, who can go and buy a fancy 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in a housing complex, and they make something that is their abode, and somebody just knock down your abode like that, and then come back 2 days later to come and tell you, say, oh, we have to regulate. What about those other communities?
Let's talk about before we get to the building of the house. First of all, I am not for capturing anybody's land. If these lands are captured or these lands are sold illegally, there is a process to buying land, and everybody knows that. You can't just write on a piece of paper and see the receipt and you get land. Land is not a thing, a commodity that you buy, right? So I'm not into this whole thing about just buying, giving $800,000 and you get land. That don't make any sense to me. But what does make sense to me is that they started building on it. The government would have to give them due diligence, due notice, before they break them down. But I don't appreciate the Prime Minister going out there after him done all of the people, all of the breakdown and the stuff, and then him go there and love up later on. That don't make any sense to me. To me, you should have been out there before and having conversations with the community. Listen, man, this thing is illegal, and we shouldn't be doing it. We have to tear it down. That is the reality. We have to tear it down because we're wrong to start building, and we can't buy land like that. That is what I'm supposed to do. We can't do it after the fact. So
that's your 2 cents.
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. Well, for me, it speaks to a continued social ill where there isn't sufficient or reasonable opportunity for people to acquire housing, basic housing, like so many other things. But we're talking about housing today. So it speaks to me that there isn't sufficient opportunities for people to acquire at reasonable cost, reasonable housing. So we have a history of people squatting. Outside, within that, like everything else, there's an opportunity for somebody to scam. And it has become a popular practice for somebody to be selling the land. Some of it legitimate, some of it have been overlooked for too long, and some of it is just downright chicanery and non-season. So some people get away with it, some people don't. There's been accommodation, again, because there isn't a safe and reasonable process for me to buy a piece of land for my family. I have to find all kind of ways to go around to get a little piece of land so I can call it home and I can raise my pitney them and them can feel like them belong somewhere, and I can feel like I am a parent providing, and I can feel like I belong somewhere too. All of these things breathe out into the society and create the mayhem that we have. Because then you can live good in your community, I can live good in my community, because somebody out there is going to feel a sense of resentment, arrogance, and entitlement too, because they want to know why them don't have this opportunity to have this land. There's a clear-cut process for dealing with it. If somebody's squatting on your land, within a year, you are to take reasonable action to get them off, whether it's government land or whether it is private property. There's a 10-page document that exists within our Jamaican, so thrown in some book or data. Within 1 year, you have that responsibility, whether government or private sector, to make effort to get them out. Then you move to the parish council, then you move through the process until you get them out. So government can't sit by and figure that it is justified right now at this time to just simply lick down one community just like that, and then you sit down because people begin to act up in the usual 9-day high society wander upon the veranda talk, and then you come now and come tell me what how my children feel, because one, you've labeled us as squatters, don't belong here, and you come and you knock us down. But in order to come knock us down, you know many other squatter communities they must have driven through to get there, Leo.
Yeah. And that's the question that
so long established communities of squatters they have driven past through Kingston, through St. Andrew, through Kingston and St. Andrew, through other areas in St. Catherine to reach over to Clifton. So really, why Clifton is my question.
Because the government have plans. But my point is, though, I'm going to stick to this one, that me down America, me have my land, me buy my land, and it sit down there and somebody go squat on it and me can't get them off. That is a problem. Me not like the thing about squatting. Me not like the thing about coming pam people land go take. Me not like it. Because it says that I am condoning thievery and thievery and robbery. I cannot come to my personal sense to think that it's okay for someone to leave where them is and go squat pan land. And build big house too.
But they didn't build it with any maliciousness in mind. They built it because they thought they were buying a genuine piece of land. Just like, oh, I could have buy a piece of land from Mr. Joe, whatever it is, and find out, say, Joe did thief the land.
When you buy land in any society, you have to carry the paper, go tax office, and the tax office or the recording office supposed to have you as the owner of the land. Everybody in the world, once you grow up, you know that.
But so you have had a process in Jamaica that is really a little bit slow. And so you find that a lot of people have bought land and there's legitimate purchase of property. They haven't gone through an attorney, but then buy it from them neighbor, then buy it from some person who know this piece of land and somebody dead left it. And they are forever going through our slow judicial process and them still don't get the title. It don't make it an illegitimate piece of land. So I could have bought a piece of land over there in Clifton in good faith and know that it won't take long for Housing Association of Jamaica to give me my title. It is not unusual. This is not America. This is not a developed country.
Okay, let me ask you one more question, Diana. What about the person who sell the land?
What about them? Them sell the land and then move on. What about them?
They're not pick them up and carry them to jail.
For what? What if that person owns the property or there is some handing down of that property to them?
They couldn't have, because if they did,
we're speaking about this particular instance.
In this particular instance, they could not have sold the property and the government go and tear it down because of them property to sell. It makes sense. But if the government tear it down, that means that them sell it illegally.
Well, all right, I can't speak to this property, but I can speak generally to say that there are instances where people will buy property legitimately and be waiting for years for title.
Let's take some comments. We have some comments there. Please look at YouTube.
Joy Davis says, hello, everyone. Okay. Philip says they should be compensated and relocated. A home is essential. Exactly. People need that opportunity. Joy says, hello, everyone. Hi, Joy. Where are you from? Oh, Joy's in England. Millicent Gardner. Joy, you related to me? Her name, Davis. I think it was very sad that what they did to these people. Many are not aware that they bought illegal lands. Exactly. The PM's explanation fell short. I didn't even hear it. It was so short. Why not offer a way out without bulldozing homes? Painful to watch. Really, Millicent, I agree with you.
Painful to watch. And I think that the government should pay back the people them for the money as long as them have a receipt. And then can't put nobody in jail to sell the land to give back the people the money. I really believe that. I
think they should relocate those people and compensate them reasonably for whatever is the structure that they had. So if I have a 2,000 square foot house, pay me something for that and let me be able to build if it's even 3,000 square foot property. But I don't know, this squatting thing get out of hand. It's a long time in the squatting, you know. And only people from St. Mary know it because you know used to have some big leader down there who used to squat and thief land too. So Una must pick up the thing.
Good morning, Donna Valentine's. You're watching. Yvonne Bailey is watching. Yvonne Bailey Reed. Renz Peterkin is watching. Jackie or Jackie Adams. Good morning to you. Helreth Lewis is watching. Roswilla Ras Warburton watching also. Who else is watching? I said Joy Davis. Aniki Burry is watching. I like that name. Jennifer Brown is watching. Pat Diaz Matos or Matosas is watching. Alida Nelson is watching. Rasta Clive is watching. Irma Buckley, Ellen King, Susan Augustus, Ania Lindo are all watching. Tracy Lewis Denham is also watching. Good morning to you. And we also have Sean Chambers. Good morning, Leo. And how are you in the morning? Going great this morning, Sean. Nice.
Joy Davis says she's in Florida. She's not in. Oh, all right, Joy, not in England.
We are going to put in one in England.
Oh, then made the thing say she. Raquel Prince and says, and there are instances where people know the owners are not living in Jamaica and they just steal your land. Yes, I understand that. That is wrong. Ren says, so the warning that they have been constantly should be ignored. No. But if you think that you have bought your land legitimately, you are not concerned by a warning, would you? Joni says, Leo, let us be realistic. Many things happen that are outside tax and land office because of Jamaica's slow and most part Asian practices in bureaucracy. True, the PM's visit seemed more like a photo op, lacking substance, and I might add lacking empathy. It seems just like a photo op to come and it's in the news and let me jump on this, but not a genuine to address an issue. And I want to
go after.
Rule of law, there is nothing but chaos. I agree with you, but there is a rule of law. Yvonne Bailey Reed says, good morning. Morning. Oh, you just a reacher, you're late. Joyce says, I was born in Jamaica, have family in Ocherus, Oxford, St. Mary. No, we don't know nobody at St. Mary.
Yeah! Rocco Mesa in the house. Yes. Thank you very much, Joy. Good morning to you, Beverly French. I love the FFRENC. There was another woman who was writing for the Gleaner back in the 70s. Her name was something French. Are you related to that person?
I wonder if she. Suppose I did she.
Oh, might be her. Good morning, she says.
But I remember when I was in high school, there was a girl in my class. I don't remember what her first name was. I think she did name Beverly or Jennifer. I don't remember. But French, and it was always two F's that spelled their name, FFRENCH. I kind of like that. I wonder if I can her name, but I don't know what I don't want. I
want to be married and name French, FFRENCH.
No, I think if I get
Leo
my
French. Leo French. It's a nice name. FFRENCH. Yeah, you know how nice it would be sounding to what's your name? Leo French. FFRENCH.
Well, somebody married to Leo, they make it name French. All right. Ma Magida.
Makita.
Makita says, good morning from Port Antonio. Ooh, Makita, thanks once. Thank you.
Yeah. Nobody knows squat at Port Antonio. Port Antonio is just beautiful. The whole of Portland.
That's Portland.
Yeah.
So, Makita, you grew up in Portland, or are you just visiting, or that's your turf?
Robert Owen, good morning to you. Good morning. Diana, are you talking on what's on YouTube? What are you speaking on YouTube?
Oh, I'm not even on YouTube.
It says good for you.
Who?
Oh, it's Patricia. I'm reading it wrong. Okay, all right. Good morning, Judge Browning. Hey, Frenchie. It's FFRENCHIE if you're going to spell my name right. Okay, it's FFRENCHIE. Priscilla McCullough, good morning to you. Makita says I live in Porty. Porty. Oh my God, I'm a Porty.
Portland, that's what I call it, man. Porty. Where from? Porty. You know, say Portland. You know how Jamaica always add an IE to everything.
Yeah, it's funny how so it's like when we pluralize things, you know, when I said the boys, we said the boy, them, right? So them is the plural form as boys, or the monkey them, or the bread them, or the mango them, right? Not mangoes, a mango them.
Yes, but you see, that is our language, and we need to recognize that it really is a language that we need to understand. So the plural is not the English IES or S. The plural is the word them that pluralizes the word.
Yes, I mean that's serious language, you know.
You have to understand it.
The word is them. You see the Diane him. You see the Diane. We also use him as, you know, for both male and
female. You put the emphasis and to indicate the people them and to say bad man, you know, say it's a dire state.
Oh, let me tell you something. That triple word there is the worst that it can get. All right, bad man. Jesus, that none can. The hurricane, bad. Yes.
And it don't have no identity like he or she or male or female. It.
What do you mean? I don't understand that the one there.
It's not it. It's E.
Yeah. E.
It's E. And then you also use the word E to say here, take this. E.
Oh, here. How do you spell it? Let me see. It's HNNH. So like he. Take it, man. Take it.
Or hasten your step. Galang.
Means that you must go fast.
Yes. And then there's a hushed tone to it as well. So you can say things in a hushed way to mean something else.
It means that you must be quiet, right?
No, go this
Hush.
No word.
So when the no man go upon the word the hush no man, it means that we're pleading to you. No more talking. Hush no man. Or stop it no man, you know, or
yes, it's a plead, it's a dire plead that. That's a dire plead, no man. I said, oh Lord, gosh, no man. Sure.
And guess what now? It's no man is either woman or man. No man is
no sex, you don't identify with nothing.
My God, we have a language here. Oh my God.
Joyce laughing and Jody said bad subtle. Yes, bad subtle. that don't have no end. Oh bad. And Beverly Friend says, hi, Jody. Philippe said, tapping eyes. And I said, tapping eyes. Tap your eyes. But sometimes I say tapping eyes.
That one word. That's one word, actually. Tapping eyes. Stop your damn chatting.
Tapping eyes, man. Damn nice, Ahmed.
Says, we need this. We need this language. We need this language. We need it. Beverly Friend says, I didn't work for the Gleaner, but I knew her and I went to San Diego. Oh, so you know woman I'm talking about, right? Okay, great.
I never asked her which school she go. She come and tell about she went to San Diego. Who did ask her which school she go?
So what wrong with that?
Then nobody never asked her which school she go. She have to come and talk about she go to San Diego.
Do you don't wait to tell nobody say a Clarendon College you go. You wait.
Everybody also knows that I went to Clarendon College. It's common knowledge. People need to know. Nobody never asked her about San Diego.
Give me more about San Diego. San Diego de la Vega. More and more. Hey, but I went through that township a couple of years ago. Huh?
Spanish Town.
No, our little place down the name.
San Diego de la Vega.
Yes.
Okay. And you saw all the old buildings. You went through the old buildings.
Really small community. You can walk out it in about 10 minutes. But the houses are a little bit so, and then a little you walk through little lane and
pathways. They're called pathways.
Yes. And I went through there in 2019. I still have videos because I took some videos. And the good thing, let me tell you what, it is an entire community. Mm-hmm. You have the tailor, you have the dressmaker, and I met all of these people. The person who make slippers for the whole community, the person who make blouse for the whole community, the person who iron,
The Rasta village, because that sounds like a Rasta village.
No, not regular people, but it's like a little build-out community, and it look like it's built by a guy who likes the community, and he just build it out. Most of the homes look alike. It looked to me though that like at nights there could be war, right? It looked like, but in the daytime, I was really happy to go through. You know who's from there?
No.
The singer called
Coffee.
A Coffee?
Yeah.
No, it's a guy. Oh. I forgot his name.
Oh, the other guy. And himself from Spanish Town.
Yes, him sing a song called Let De La Vega. That's right. Yes, the same guy. And Smile Jamaica, he sing a song named Smile Jamaica. Please remember my name, please, but that's where he's from. And as I walk through,
I don't remember his name.
As I walked through, they were calling his name. I don't remember his name, but he's a popular singer. He's one of those Bob Marley type singers. He's really good.
Yeah, better than it, Bob. I'm better than him.
Yes.
Bad. Oh gosh.
Chronics. That's his name. Yes. That is from that little village.
All right. It says San Diego de la Vega City. Philip is trying to help you and says, and Lorna says, these people must be compensated for their destroyed property, waiting to find out who sold the land to the ones that did purchase. I don't trust the tax office. Who does? I own property and would just send the previous year's tax receipt and pay the taxes. Since 2012, the tax office in Mandeville made a mistake and changed the number 4 to 7. Had me paying someone else's taxes until 2019. They refuse to fix it. What? I'm frustrated, so I don't pay any taxes. Andrew can take that. No, Lorna. We can't do that. We have to find you one lawyer to fix it. Can't make them take a land like that. Send me the information. I'll get somebody to look at it for you.
You need an attorney.
Yes, you need an attorney. Or when Monica came on, Beverly Friend says, you said that you went to school with someone with my name, Dana. And I don't appreciate your response.
Cuss off, Beverly. Cuss her. Yes, cuss her. Okay, thank you, Beverly. Cuss her. And she tried to come tell you, say, you there's only one school in Jamaica named what you call it, but
Well, Beverly, I'm really sorry you didn't have the opportunity to attend Clarendon College, but all right, never mind. I have some good friends who went to San Diego as well. I know I have you. Beverly, come. I mean, they are quite a read Beverly message. I know she say, she cuss me. What a piece of liberty taking though, and then make me read the own cuss out too.
Yeah. I come talk about. Thank you, Beverly. You're a good girl. I love you. I still want my idea of your name. Still want my idea of your French name there. Love it. Sandra Linderink. Don't take her too serious, Beverly. She all right. Sandra Linderink is watching Winston. Scott is, I love this name. W-Y-N-S-T-O-N. No, W-Y-N-S-T-O-N. Winston, not W-I-N. Yeah, really nice.
I didn't change your name to that. Nobody name him so.
Chronics is from St. Catherine, that judge says. Beverly says, oh, well, no. And there's some Philip Philip L. Colleen Rodney is watching. Nadine Roberts is watching. Carmen Morlees is watching. Beverly, hey, good morning to you all. Nice. And then let's see who's here. Sean is still here. Patricia. Okay, great. Don't pay her mind, Beverly. She is joking.
Beverly said evicts.
Like that, the fact that you cuss her back still, you know, that's a good way.
Yes. Chronics from St. Catherine. Oh, Chronics went to St. Catherine. Hi, nice.
Oh, he did?
Sean. The one that turned out so good. But that's good. That's good. What was the topic for this morning, though? Sorry, I joined late, but what was your topic for this morning?
We're talking about the house and what they broke down.
Oh, so is this the first community that we're aware of that has been bulldozed in recent times?
My only concern is that there's nobody in the picture that the government is going after to prosecute for selling land illegally. Because that's a big thing. That's number one.
Why would you expect, and I'll ask you this, why would you expect that they're going after someone? You ever see the things discovered at the wharf, or them discover how much load of ganja or how many packs of cocaine? What happens? You ever hear anybody?
You don't have to be sarcastic about this, okay?
Sarcastic. I'm being very straightforward. This is plain. I'm asking you, why are you feeling? I'm trying to understand you. Why are you feeling in this instance that there ought to be some accountability?
Are you trying to get into my psyche, Diane? Are you trying to be a psychologist? A psychiatrist right now?
I'm trying to understand your thought process.
My thought process is that there's an illegal act that was done for people who are pretending to sell land, to be landowners. That's against any law in the world. That's like natural. So my thing is, the first thing that the government should be doing is to try to stop this from happening, to go to the head of the snake and find the person who sell the land so that they can be prosecuted so that they don't do it again. That's it. And they serve as
hold your thoughts, because I want to segment your thought process. So when they made a major discovery of firearms at the wharf, would you think that they would then try and find out who sent it or who came to pick it up or something? Is that the same thought process that we should apply here?
You live in Jamaica. You tell me. Because that would have been my first thought. But, you know, it's only that you said that, right? So the other day, I went on Google. And just because...
Hold on. Lord Hamilton said, I am wondering if it's his crown land and the king sent for his land.
That's probably why the PM would take it on. That's probably true. Oh. All right.
You're saying.
The other day when they found some loot, of drugs in St. Mary. I was very concerned about that.
Where they found it?
Huh?
Where they found it?
At the airport, the new airport. Don't come mess up. I mean, no. No, Orcharias. Sorry. Orcharias. Okay, I didn't name it.
Mary.
No, it's Orcharias. When
Mary.
there,
On top, man.
so I went online to Google because I wanted to know how many times this year Jamaica has found loot of drugs and money, illegal stuff, without somebody's name. So I went in and I put cocaine, not cocaine, drug bust. I put drug bust Jamaica. That's what I put in there, right? I pulled up about 5 different articles that are in 2022, right? That has drug bust, major drug bust with money and cocaine and weed and all of that stuff that nobody is fingered, nobody is identified as having anything on. And then there were 5 other articles that Jamaicans drug bust came up, and there were all articles about Jamaicans in other countries who were busted at drugs. What it tells me now, right? It tells me that there is something wrong, seriously wrong, with how we are busting drug dealers in our, we are busting drugs in our country, while other countries are busting Jamaicans for dealing drugs. So there is a disconnect there. Why is it that we have so many articles of drug busts without an identified criminal, while in other countries our Jamaicans are being criminalized for carrying drugs? Come on, tell me, talk to me.
What can I tell you? It's Jamaica.
Good morning, Perry. Good morning, D Bar. Good morning, June South Robinson. Good. I think I know that name.
Yeah, she works in Cayman and she went to Clarendon College. And
right, that's my friend June South, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lorna says, okay, hold on, let me just catch up though. Joni says, Dr. Diana, please share the contact with me. Okay, discovered some discrepancies in land document after my grandmother passed. Land is power. To the member, please don't abandon. That's you, Lorna. Don't abandon your property because of clerical error or plain carelessness. Jude Brown said, good luck with that, Leo. Don't you know there's no accountability? June says, morning. Heslop says, one of the ladies stated that it was her hairdresser who recommended her to the seller of the land she purchased. See?
Absolutely. So there is somebody that knows somebody that we can go pick up.
No.
Yeah.
Who go and pick them up? You going to go pick them up? You Leo, go and see America go pick them up. For who out here? You know, you're the lady said we don't have no accountability out here. Who go and pick them up? You are going to send your feds them come for. Faye Hugh says, good morning, Leo and Dr. Diana. Morning, Faye. How have you been?
I want to recognize Jason. Good morning, Jason. Dorothy Beek is watching. Andrew Lyons, Maxine Bailey Gale. Wow, that's a tongue tire or a tongue twister. D Bar, Paris, Canton West. Good morning. Want to recognize Leo Walcott. That's very important. You have a very important name, Leo Walcott. Ina Hill, Rose Goldburn. Good morning to you. Dennis Hall. That's a powerful name too, Dennis Hall. Sienna Edwards. Good morning. Winston Scott, Sandra Lenderick, and also there's somebody else I missed there. That Colleen Rodney Clark, Nadine Roberts, Carmen Maurice, and Beverly Hay. Good morning to you all. Thank you so much for joining the show. I know you could have been doing a whole lot of different things this morning, but you chose to click onto the show and say good morning to us. Much, much, much respected. Thank you so much.
Yes, and could have been the whole of things like tidy house. Yesterday I was talking with a girlfriend of mine, how yesterday evening, how when we used to clean house, when you have to clean house, just a regular cleaning of the house required that you had to take all the dining table chairs and they had to go outside. All the cushions from the couch, they had to go outside. Everything had to go outside for you to clean. Now when people clean them, just do so round the chair foot. Them don't even bother move the chair them sometimes. Them don't move the table, nothing. You had literally, and this was just a regular cleaning. You had to put the things on the veranda.
I actually used to hate Saturday mornings. Me never like Saturday mornings. Because first of all, right, me lazy on a Saturday morning. Me got whole week for hard work. Hard work, go to school, go play games. And Saturday morning is supposed to be restful morning, right?
Hard work, go play a game and go to school, boy.
I see and all the thing there. And Saturday morning is supposed to be, and then by the time, listen to this now. By the time 6 o'clock roll around, me and Leo, get up. Side, get up. Why is it that I have to get up on a Saturday morning when everybody's supposed to be relaxing after a hard week's work?
I'm going to school and playing game, yeah.
And then you can't come back in the house until like 4 o'clock in the evening because they take the whole goddamn day to pull out everything out of the house and switch. You don't even know where anything else happening because they take the chair, them on that side there and turn the bed round. I mean, I kind of foolishness. Me like today when they just go around the thing and you're done. You know,
I miss it. We were talking about it because I wish somebody would have come and just pull up my house for me and turn around this and turn it around. And, you know, I would say, okay, yes, you like that. I say, all right, next week we change it back around or something like that. No, people must turn around their house, but
I was with you sometime. I think it was in Canada. So it was someone who said this show is causing them not to do them homework. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Paul Hunt, good morning. June Hawkins, good morning. Sheila Franz, good morning. Kevin Hansen, as welcome and nice to have you. But yeah, we don't like Saturday. We never like Saturday man on my yard. No
man, nice. Pull up.
And then listen to this. If I try to go back, let's say, get up. I'm going out of the house, right? I'm gonna get hungry. We'll come back 11 o'clock and move on, get in. Then they on the floor are shine, right? With the coconut brush. And mama tell them, say the floor of it shine so that she can see her face when she look down. Me can't pass. Me can't pass them. Because me can't go dirty up the floor. So
yeah, but that is reasonable position. In fact, I don't know what you're passing to go. You should be helping them to clean. What is wrong with you? Makida says she had with love and she says she's sweeping as she's listening. Ooh, we used to clean and turn on the radio too. And them have some Saturday morning music and everybody dance and you make fool of yourself.
That's the morning that them play Skeeter Davis and Anne Murray and then something there.
Oh yes.
Charlie Pride and all of them something there.
Not Charlie Pride LP, but we did have Skeeter Davis and all of the other people and Percy Sledge.
Yes.
The poor Percy Sledge. And yes. There was Country and West and Jim Reeves.
Jim Reeves.
Jim Reeves.
We thank thee each morning for a newborn day where we would work the
and then you have some other livelier country and western. I want to say Kenny Rogers, but it's not Kenny Rogers. It's like it was before Kenny Rogers. I don't remember his name.
Robbins. There was Marty Robbins and Johnny Cash and them people.
Johnny Cash, yes, you'd have that and you play that. But Skeeter Davis, man, she was a bomb in our days. Oh my God.
Good morning, Thomas and Marva Marvius Brown Cook. What a long name, man. Jesus. Marva Marvius Brown Cook. I think we lost Beverly. Did we lose Beverly? Beverly French. I didn't we lose you, right? I need to find you back.
Beverly French, after she cussed me off, she gone. She could have never gone. She must have gone tidy house. And most that she do, she make breakfast.
Oh, all right. So on a Saturday morning, it's really great to be out here. This morning, I did not call Diana. I did call Michelle. Okay? They cannot come to the store without me picking up the phone and say, something is wrong with this, right? It's like things turn around by me, right? It turn on for me. Like my sister them, when they jump on the floor and me can't pass. Me now, it turn on for me because me have the people phone and call them a one time. I say my time. So you sitting around with that.
All right. I want to know, and that's not true, and I wouldn't even bother defend it. But whilst I was preparing, I figured that you would want to talk about the squatting issue. I decided to try and find articles around squatting and, action.
Thank you so much, Diana.
So I went to a story in the Sunday Gleaner as of June 5th, where the headline was, "We are not squatters." Oh. Sandy Park residents wary as government moves to regularize informal settlements. And Sandy Park is a place in St. Andrew Northeastern, and Delroy Chuck is the MP for it. But the matter, and I'm quoting from the article, it says, "The matter of informal settlements has remained a perennial problem for decades, despite efforts by successive governments to arrest the problem through regularization of long-standing squatter communities." It continues. It says, "Just over 700 such informal settlements spread across Jamaica have so far been identified, according to the Squatter Management Unit based in the Ministry of Growth, Economic Growth and Job Creation, many of which are melting pots of Jamaica's most sinister social, political, and economic ills." Now, I just want to take that. One, they have a squatter management unit in the office of the Prime Minister, which is the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. They have identified over 700 such squatter communities, and they could only attack one. What is the premise on which you select this particular one? And that is where my issue is. Why is not there a concerted effort where you see that you say, okay, these 10 communities are going to be demolished this week, and you take out 10, but you take out one, and then to add insult to injury, you then go and in an attempt to do something to appease the people. But you say you have over 700. You say that these communities are creating social, political, and economic ills, that these are the melting pots. I really would beg to differ that the melting pot for the social ills rests well outside of these 700 communities and will rest in the other wider society. These people don't breed these things on their own. They don't breed it on their own. They are not the causal factor for this.
About 3 weeks ago, there was something that came up in the news about leaching, switching from agriculture to housing development, that piece of land that he was given to or whatever for agriculture purpose. I'm asking you, how far is this land from this place? Do you know?
I don't know. I really don't know. People, it has been said, and I don't know. It has been said that it is property. But I don't know. I can't say for a fact. But it really is sinister for me, because when I decided to go back to that Sunday article, and they have identified within this ministry that they have a squatter management unit within this community, and you are saying to me you have identified 700 such communities. 700. You say that there are aggressive steps now underway to regularize them, but you still pick up yourself and drive past several of them to go to this one location without sharing to the nation. I don't care whose community they want to live down, and I don't care who want to own the land, and whether it's government land or it's private land, or whether government giving it to somebody. I don't care. I'm just saying, let us be consistent and let us be above board, so it don't raise questions like what it has raised now in the public sphere as to whether or not there is some measure of prejudice, whether or not there is some bias, what that bias is. Or, all these questions are being raised when you say that you have a unit that deals with it. You have over 700 of them. What is the plan? It's just a one-off attempt. What is the plan?
We are also, just want to make sure, we are also not saying we are condoning squatting, right? We are taking away people's land. I'm not.
No, not for a fleeting moment am I suggesting that it's okay to squat. sometimes I consider myself that I should damn well squat somewhere because it seems as if it is easier. And by the time I done dead, I don't live out on the land already. But I am not condoning squatting.
Thank you
I
so much.
understand the social underlines that cause people to squat. I understand that for too long it has been ignored and it needs to be regularized. Those who sit in squatter communities need to be regularized, but you need to recognize that your country is growing. What is it that you have put in place for your country so that people can live?
Argument, well, good enough. Their argument is sweet, and I think that someone need to be hearing you, because with 700, more than 700 squatting land, them really need to be showing us that them tearing down 700 squatting land, not just that.
Yes, you need to have a plan, man, because it just seems biased. It seems deliberate. It seems like something. It's like you have 700 unruly picnic.
Which is this up?
I don't know.
I want to know.
No, I don't know. We find that out.
The JP area or MP area, boy.
Speaking of country and west, Loretta Lynn passed. Oh my gosh, Loretta Lynn passed away this week. Joni says Loretta Lynn. Oh, what was her favorite song? Somebody find one of her song what she usually sing what we love.
Coal Miner's
Daughter. Oh, Beverly said she not gonna know where she listen. She never tidy house. She listen.
Coal Miner's Daughter. That's her.
Huh?
So she's there still? Nice. Thank you, Beverly. I love your bad. Okay? I love your name at least.
Jesse Smith says it's a great morning to have you all. Much love. Hey, we're happy, Jesse, making a morning. Verona Thomas says, good morning, everyone. Morning, Verona. How is so late? Where you come from? What have you been doing? Beverly,
answer.
Good village.
Ask a question. I want to give you an answer.
Verona Thomas says, good morning. And I'm asking, what is she doing? Where does she live?
No, you ask what is her favorite song that she sang.
Yes. What's your favorite song that Loretta Lynn sang?
The Coal Miner's Daughter.
I don't know that song. Sing it. No, play singing.
It's country western. I don't know if you know it. I don't know country western.
I used to sing when them are played and sing, you ever watch the show on TV named What's the to tell the line? So they play a song and then they play a little couple seconds of it and stop, and you must complete it, fill in the 5 missing letters.
Good morning, Michael Smith.
Words, yes.
Ricky U. Nathan. That's a nice name. Marcia Calder. Good morning, Marcia. Tasha Moore. Donna Henry. Marva Marston May. Marston is a St. Mary name. Beverly says Leaching Land is in Innswood Village.
Okay.
I don't know which part that day. But I just wanted to put 1 and 2 together to see if there's any kind of me but. Angela Ali is watching. Joni De La Plata says, I agree, could be biased. Sounds random with no thought or planning. Once you demolish the property, what about the reallocation of the people? That's great. It says, upheaval of families, economic impact across demographics, children, school age, working adults, all that good stuff. Joni, Louisiana woman, Mississippi man. That's one of one Loretta Lynn's songs. Donna Henry says, good morning, everyone. Althea McHale says, good morning, and she's watching. Yeah, wow. What a Saturday morning.
Yeah, what a Saturday morning.
Oh my gosh. That's Loretta Lynn. She was born, I think it's about 1934. So she would probably be a
really? Let me check her out. So let me see what Loretta been up to.
It was 34 or 47.
Louisiana. Oh, so these are Johnny's Mississippi man and wait, she's stuck in a name of places.
Let's see.
Louisiana woman and Mississippi man. What that?
That's a song.
Yes, but I'm saying what happened. Johnny only love them that have, so she gonna love Georgia on my mind, and she gonna love only names and city songs. Donna Henry says, good morning, everyone. Morning, Donna Henry. How are you? Good to have you here. Trust you're enjoying the show. Tracy Favor says, hello, watching from the UK. Oh, hi, Tracy. Thanks for being here. Where are you from? Where in the UK are you? You miss Queenie? Oh, Kingy, him a go on.
Something Gale. Did you know that Loretta Lynn is Crystal Gale's sister? You know Crystal Gale?
No, I don't know. I wish she lived.
She had the longest hair all the way down. She's a singer too.
Mm-hmm.
In the 60s and
Nobody
70s.
don't have no hair longer than Spice. Spice hair, longest hair.
Who's Spice?
Spice. You know Spice?
You go down there?
Yeah.
No, me talk real hair. Me talk the real hair.
Spice hair, she buy it for her own. When it easily, if you buy a feel, if you glue a feel, if you sew a feel, fair hair. Nobody here longer than Spice hair.
Good morning, Pet Tomlin. Good morning. I love that name. Tracy Favor says, hello, watching from the UK. I love that. Zadie Williams, good morning. Pauline Wind Coleman is watching. Althea McHale says, good morning from Sunrise in, Sunrise.
Lauderdale. I know where that is. I know where Sunrise is. I can drive there on my own.
And then Donna Henry, she paid for it.
Yeah. If you buy it, it's yours. You glue it, is yours. You sew it, is yours. Anyhow you have it, is yours. Fair here.
Yeah, you can go down there for me. Show me how to go down there. Oh my God. I think the singer's name is Crystal Gale. Let me see if I can find her. Crystal Gale. Yeah, man, Crystal Gale. That's her.
All right. We're gonna have half an hour, so we're going to do two things. I want for people to recognize friends and family who are cancer survivors, so we can just give them a shout out. And I want to do this for the rest of October as well, and also for birthdays as well. So let us celebrate those persons. Think about it, who within our lives, those who perhaps might have passed, those who have survived, and let us just recognize them. Let us recognize the research that is going into this whole thing of cancer studies. And I don't know, I realize how it's taking long for us to find a cure.
It's funny that, we find cure for most other illnesses other than this particular blood disease. It's just so funny that it's taken so many lives and we cannot find anything that can even stop it.
When you stop to think about it, Leo, you can't not know anybody who has had cancer or who is struggling with cancer. It's just all around you. If it's not you have a close brush with it, a family member who has, or you have a friend and somebody who has passed from it. It just seemed to be as common as air itself.
And when I was growing up as a young boy, that word never got tossed around in our community.
But it has become quite commonplace now.
Like very, very commonplace now. But people used to die from it a lot then, but doctors never used to tell them when they are dead from or when they're sick from. It was hush kind of a disease earlier. So we just thought people just die of old age or something like that. Doctor never used to let them have cancer. But
yeah, but I can understand when at 80 you die from cancer. But at 80, but no, children are dying from cancer, and it's so prevalent. And I have a dear friend, Dr. Redwood, who is a cancer survivor. She's been going through it for a number of years, and she's in her 70s, and we're talking yesterday, and she's saying, boy, our eating habits, what people used to eat and the source of their food. When she grew up, she from Trelawney, so her early years were there, and she shared with me the other evening that you'd buy mutton from Jerky, the man who killed the thing, them named Jerky, or Jerk. I probably call him Jerky. But you knew where your meat was coming from. You buy the pig because somebody slaughtered the pig and everybody get pig and you cure it, but you don't have no whole heap of put up in fridge thing. In Jamaica, we have trailers of frozen meat that come in. Where it coming from? How long has it been existing? How long since it has been condemned and not fit for you to eat in the one country and sent to me?
You can't blame cancer on that though, because you don't know.
Really? I blame it on anything because they'll tell you the truth, it's just too common. I blame it on my microwave. I blame it on all the processed food, and I blame it on the fact that we're not staying close to the butcher anymore.
And I think it was always there. I think just now doctors have become more open about things when people get ill. They're telling them nowadays that yes, you have cancer. Go on, take go on.
Me can't agree with you. Me think say it never did exist so much. Me think say it exists more now.
It's just that we weren't talking about it once upon a time. I don't think that anything has changed. What I'm very happy about.
I don't think that the kind of foods that we eat and our lifestyle changes have led to the prevalence of it.
Nobody has ever brought anything. No scientists have.
I want to conduct a study.
Please do. And in the meantime, Eric Lard, good morning. Garvin says vitamin D17 cures it. Here's a sad story.
There's some more things. Hold on. Hold on a little bit. Johnny says, kept working until the end. Yes, Dr. Diana, great traveling songs. Right, Leo Love. Crystal Gale's here, longer than Cher's. Okay, Cher. Crystal Gale, her songs comes to mind. Don't make my brown eyes blue.
Gonna make my brown eyes, gonna make my brown eyes, gonna make my brown eyes blue.
No, you're gonna make your brown eyes blue. Shall I buy contact lens?
Something like that.
Oh, JD Williams says good morning. Tracy says that she's from Montego Bay and she now lives in Birmingham. Okay, great.
Great. Good morning.
Pet Tomlin says good morning. Joni says my beloved high school friend Sandy. Oh, she's talking about the cancer. We will get into that. Come.
And then Garvin or Eric Lard watching good morning. Althea McHale says, I think when they don't know what it is, they tell you it's cancer. That's probably true.
I think so too. I think so.
Sebastio Evartisto Mendanha is watching. I have to be careful about that name there. Tanya Brown also watching. I don't want to associate it with, I've heard even that a lot of us in Jamaica die of cancer because we drink too much bush tea, we don't measure our bush tea and all that bush. I mean, I don't know what caused cancer. Cancer could be, your grandfather could have prostate cancer, and it skipped your grandmother and your grandfather or your mother and father and come to you in the form of breast cancer. I don't know. There's no trace, nothing at all out there that can tell us exactly what it is. Because if we did know, we would be doing things to protect ourselves. The good thing, back 100 years ago, people were dying at age 50. The normal rate of death was 50. But now we are at 78 and 80 and then something there. And it's because we have become more attuned with our bodies, and we've done enough scientific work to find out how to cure certain disease, what are the types of bush to put together to cure this and to cure that. And we've been able to extend life by about 28 years over the past 100 years. And so it's an important thing. It's just that I just can't understand why we cannot find that thing that will help us with cancer. It just don't make any sense to me.
I don't know. There's some encouraging news from the world of dementia. Earlier this week, I was driving out to Mandeville, and there was an article on BBC, and they're talking about some studies underway for dementia, and they're just waiting now for the pharmaceutical companies to announce it. But they've done great research, and they're satisfied that they're on the way. So probably they're working silently on the cancer, and we soon hear.
I must tell you that I have been so impressed with the kind of monies that's being spent on science, because the only way we can advance ourselves is through knowledge. looking at, and I was doing a research the other day and find that, let me give you, for example, teachers in Jamaica have been leaving Jamaica, have been migrating from Jamaica for a long time. But I looked at a research that was done in 2001, where teachers were migrating from Jamaica for the longest time. And we as Jamaican government, have not set up a system of capturing the teachers, where they go, when they go, where they live, how they're doing. So now what happens is that 600 teachers in the past summer left, and it throws us into a big scrambling mode, trying to find how to fit this and how to find that. And if we knew what our plans were, if we knew what the statistics show before, we can make plans. But we don't care about plans. We just care about. The Ministry of Education says that 167 people left. The JTA says it's 300, and then they say another number for 240. Nobody knows exactly what is going on. You see, America would have set in stone a plan, a policy, and put a department together to capture every teacher that's leaving out of teaching and into other areas, out of teaching into another, out of the country into another country, so that they can have historical facts to do analysis and come up with ideas of how to protect themselves against it. It's because we don't know why they're leaving. You understand this?
Yeah, I understand fully, but I want to take your argument just one step further. Let us transpose all that you've said about these teachers leaving and the lack of data capturing or to drive action, and just take it to the squatter situation. It's the same thing.
Same thing. Make decisions and emotions.
Exactly, it's the same thing. No. So you say that they should put a system in place to manage the teachers so that you wouldn't have them moving. So, but we don't have we don't monitor, we don't extract the data, we don't use it. So from June, there's a report in an article which clearly existed long before in the Gleaner that says 700 identified. But what is the action that you put in place for them? Anyway, Jody says, my beloved, and we're taking now the condolences and the recollections of persons whom we have lost. And so Joni says, and those who continue to survive. My beloved high school friend Sandy, who survived breast cancer twice, then passed away January 1st, 2020, from a third very aggressive form in the abdomen. Okay, and she says, rest in peace. Gavin says vitamin B17. I don't know where do you get vitamin B17?
I don't know. Never hear about that before. We have somebody by the name of Ashanti on. Oh my. And Patricia says, my mom died of ovarian cancer, and my oldest sister is 13 years old, survivor of colon cancer. Ashanti says, treatment is the killer. When you survive the treatment. It's definitely more common now. Ashanti, remember, means, I'm sorry. Royal is also there. Ashanti, thank you so much for joining the show.
It says, I've always been against the importation of non-USAID food. Watch documentary. I'd love to see that documentary. Leo, there have been numerous studies about procurement of meats and fruits and vegetables in the US. I've told family not to be enticed by foreign, especially USA labels. True, not to be enticed by it. Joni continues, she says, Leo, there are documentaries showing how obviously diseased meats are blended and cosmetized and sold in markets. Many go to poor neighborhoods and exported to third world countries undetected. Yes, I know, Joni, I share that.
One chicken back. And that
was good because that was fresh enough chicken back. But when it needs to come in as all kind of processed food, and when the fish come as frozen fish, you ever see some of them fish? You ever see some of them chicken nowadays? When you get to the bone dark. Seriously. When you did a grow up and you reach to your chicken bone, it black? Part of the bottom, it black? No. Jesse Smith says, More so now because if the processed food we eat and all the chemicals, yes. Philip says my brother was 43 when he passed from colon cancer. Philip, we celebrate your brother's life and we empathize with you on that loss. Gavin says he read it in an article in 2015. Yes, but that B17, but what is the source of B17? That's not what we're asking you. I'm not asking where you read it. I'm asking what are the sources of vitamin B17?
I want to say to Makiba Jones. Thank you so much for joining. Sister Soldier, respect. Bonnie James, I need the sound familiar. Bonnie. Lorna Betty, good morning, is watching. Hyacinth Anderson, that name the sound familiar too. Jesse Smith, okay. Terry Bradley, good morning. David Turnbull, good morning. Vusi Lofi. There's an H in front of the L-O-P-H-I-E. So it's Lofi. All right.
You know what my name, so no.
I don't. I'd like to know how to pronounce it. Vusi Lofi. Carlene Rivera. If it's Jamaica, it's just Rivera, but it's just, if it's Spanish, it's Rivera, right? And then Marcia Thompson Weeks. Good morning to you, Weeks. Marcia Thompson Weeks. You have Royal over there on YouTube. Ashanti watching. Patricia. Caribbean Queen. There's a cure, but money is in treatment.
Oh, drop it down. I need a stand for it. I need to go buy one. Jessie Smith says that she lost her cousin of 32. She died of cancer, of the ovarian cancer, and her elder brother has brain cancer. Well, we pray for her brother, and may the soul of your cousin rest in peace as we recall those who have lost their lives to cancer. All cancer, and those who survive and continue to survive. We celebrate Philip because he's a survivor, and he's here, and we're happy for that.
You know, Philip, I still want to be able to talk to you if you have if you want to come on the show, so that we can talk to you about your journey, and you can uplift, inform, inspire others who have similar challenges. If you want to, you are welcome to come on the show. We'll ask you about the challenges. We ask you about.
Come Tuesday night, I make you talk to you about it.
And talk about, you know, what you went through in the hospital, how you coped, and you know what you have done to make to make things better, so that you are because you know those kind of stories. You know, I was happy. Then I had a stroke back in 2008, and I decided to go and tell my.
Only old people have stroke.
Yeah, and I was 48, but you know, once when I spent 11 days in ICU. Yeah, I mean, I'm 15 now, 14 now, 15, 14 now. Yeah, September 15th actually.
Okay.
And I when I came out, I vowed that I'm going to, for the next few years, I'm going to tell my story. And I went around and told my story. And I you know, people in Jamaica, I went to clinics. I talk about what they need to do and what they not to do and all of that good stuff. And so it helped. It helped because you never know which person you can help by edifying, by helping them to think. Yeah.
By sharing your story. Thanks for sharing that. Yes, Philip, let us know. Johnny says, Leo, please conduct interview and research to find out the reasons for leaving and maintaining nursing and teaching careers abroad. Are they able to join unions and make competitive salaries and benefits? You know, she wants to know. Bonnie James joined and says, good morning to Leo and your guest. Who is the guest?
Bonnie, that's not.
I guess Bonnie at our board.
She take it on. She's on the wrong side this Saturday morning, okay?
I'm sitting here because Bonnie has sit up in here. Bonnie says, morning to Leo and your guest. Who's the guest?
Oh, Caribbean Queen says, cancer took my daddy's and grandmas and cousins' lives.
Glad to hear that.
And you have to be very careful now, Caribbean Queen, because it's important, since it's coming down, it's important that you check yourself, all right?
How many people have had their tests done since the month start? Or how many people plan to get their tests done? We should have probably have one password where Leo, if they not do their test, then can't come on the show.
I love this name, Lover. I love Lover.
Donna Henry says, I don't know where cancer originated, but a lot of Jamaicans and West Indians have been stricken with it. Medicine is no more innovative. Every other male I talk to from Jamaica have prostate cancer issues, and they are not doing anything because of poverty and our insurance. I wouldn't be so generalist. I wouldn't generalize that much, Donna, but yes, there is a propensity of cancer instances in Jamaica. And yes, it is that people who don't fight it as well have issues because of poverty or because they don't have the insurance. And it's interesting that you raise the matter of the insurance, because it's something I want to raise too with Sagicor. Because here's somebody who has good insurance, pay insurance premiums for years, 30 odd years or probably 50 odd years. And the person gets cancer treatment and one day goes to use her card to swipe for payment of her drug. And it says nothing. She has to take the thing and make a submission to Sagicor. When she makes a submission to Sagicor, Sagicor tells her by phone that she has used up all her benefits. Now, where in it? There is nothing in an agreement that was executed how many years ago between her and her place of employment and Sagicor that says that you can only have benefit up to $10 million. This is cancer treatment. I'm telling them you have coverage of 80% for this, that for that, and that for that. But when it gets into the practicality of it, they have a cap on it. So after it reached $3 million, them don't pay no more money. What's the point? She could have saved all that insurance contribution and continue to pay for her chemo.
Well, some insurance have some caps. It all depends on what you buy.
There is a cap on how much they will pay for a lifetime. Because I might want to give her mine.
So insurance go doing. Insurance is yearly. You actually start your policy every year. So
but oh, you mean that's not how it goes? That's how it is. She has an insurance thing and she don't have an annual allocation. It's not saying that you have used up your annual allocation. It said that she's used up all that she's entitled to for her life.
I've never heard of a lifetime because you have a brand new insurance contract every year. It starts every year. I don't know about a lifetime because you can move from one company and go to the next company and come back to this.
But no, she's not going to move to nobody because she's a cancer patient. So none of them going to give her insurance, and plus she's a retired personnel. And they say that it is capped, but it's something I'm going to have to take up with Sagicor. If anybody out there from Sagicor in Sagicor Health, I need to talk about this because something is very wrong there. Back to the business.
I'm a bit saddened every time I come to this kind of conversation because, a person with Sagicor has options, some options, even if it run out, right? But I wonder about the person in the country who never had insurance before, right? And they got cancer and they don't have enough money to pay for insurance, and they don't have enough money to go to the hospital and pay because the doctor going to ask you for money right up front and stuff. And I said to myself, it's like once you have cancer, it's a death sentence.
Yes, in those conditions certainly is. And because the truth is, Leo, that even when you have money or you're comfortable, it still is hard and difficult because one treatment can way past your $300,000. You know how much quote unquote that? And you have to do a series of those.
And then how many people out there are dying without having an opportunity So we can say, we can be on the show and we can say to our American and UK persons who are listening, go check yourself, right? But a person in the country of Jamaica who have never been to a doctor because they don't have the money, or they have the money, but the money can only buy food on a regular basis. When them get sick, it's time to die. If they have diabetes, it's only time before they die.
Diabetes, they can treat, they can manage their diet. Not eat so much dumpling, eat more calories.
No. Diabetes don't necessarily have anything to do with your diet. If their diabetes is a hereditary thing, it is just going to happen. Whether you eat dumpling,
they can manage it. I'm not suggesting a cure. I don't think that diabetes is a good example.
You can, but you can if you have medication, you can slow it. So if you don't have the money to buy the medication to take care of the diabetes, then we have a problem. You understand what I'm saying? It's hard when I get to these kind of conversations. I'm thinking about the people who don't have it, which is majority of Jamaicans who don't really have it to buy it.
The Jamaica Cancer Society that they do free mammograms, and they have a van that go on from time to time. But I don't know how much go on, or if people know that it's going on. Let me catch up with these. Lorna says, we have to recognize the fact that Black people die from cancer at a higher rate than other races. Joni says, had some done, I am due for another in 2 months. Due diligence is important, so she's doing her test. Paulette says, my mother-in-law passed away in 2014 from pancreatic cancer. Very hard to detect. When she found out, she was at stage 4. So sad. Sorry to hear. Joni says, is that the lifetime maximum? Yes, that is a fine print. No one considers before catastrophic healthcare and the annual comes into play. Yeah, I figure. Philip says most insurance gives a one-time payment once you are diagnosed, and that's it. Vushi says, cancer is worrying me too much because it seems as if there is no permanent medicine for it. When we don't have no fix. Philip says, my last treatment cost $5 million. Good thing I had insurance. Wow. Verna Thomas says, I think a lot of the teachers and others were on filing by family members for some time, and they're anticipating going overseas. So then the opportunity comes, they are just going to turn it down. I don't know, Verna. I don't know. I'm not following that line of argument on that one. But it's an important point. And thanks, Joni, the lifetime maximum.
Caribbean Queen on YouTube says, cancer took my daddy, grandma, and cousin, and said, just did my colonoscopy and never miss my mammogram. I get everything checked when something isn't right. I'm trying to do my part. Caribbean Queen, type 2 can be managed through low carb. So that's type 2, but when you have full, it's kind of rough.
Yeah, usually it's a difficult thing, and it's more difficult when you don't have the money to change what you buy and what you don't buy. And so eating habits it's hard to adjust that.
It's rough. It's rough for the people who, when they get to a certain age and they have illnesses in Jamaica, it's really really hard. And I think about them because they don't have an option. They don't have the options that we have, and it's really hard. Really, just to think about is hard. Because people just die and they had other. I just talked to you about the what do you call it, the age of death, the average age of death 100 years ago, and it's because they had diabetes, they had high blood pressure, they had all these kinds of unknown illnesses that they're walking around with, and then one day they just pop out. And just because we come up with medications like for diabetes, what they call it again, metformin, they come up with a whole heap of different blood pressure. Those things are not killing people as much as they did back 100 years ago. And so now our lives are extended. And so when I'm thinking about people in Jamaica who are not getting their lives extended because they can't afford the medication. That is my problem that I have, because it's hard to know that your life could have been extended, but because you don't have the money to buy medication, you prefer to buy food. It's really hard, really tough.
Well, it goes back to the social provisions, the basic social provisions of a society. Perhaps it's easier for you in the States because you can go to a clinic. It's easier for you in the UK because you have excellent health support. It's easier for people in Canada. One, you start with a culture where you educate individuals about the need for these constant checks. But it's not just a matter of educating them. You provide a means for them to do these examinations, for them to have testing. We don't have places that you can just walk in every town. There is no place in every town that you can go to and have these tests done regularly and free of cost. So it's one thing for the SANS to be working, but for the nation not to be benefiting from it because there is no social provision to support us is
because you can be when we do medical missions, sometimes people go down to Jamaica and they do blood pressure screening and they do diabetes screening and so forth, and they identify that people have high blood pressure and they've identified that people are prone to diabetes. But then what do you do with that information? You go down and do a medical, because you just send the person to them dead quicker, because now them are going to fret, so them are dead because now them have diabetes and they have high blood pressure.
No, they might have just go live better, they might adjust them in habits, or they might have reached out to family. So don't be so negative. Jesse says, Leo, you can manage your diet and know if you know that your family has it, check yourself and monitor that, Jesse says. Johnny says, I have a vision of more clinics in Jamaica and medical healthcare professionals to serve the populations with relationships with primary care. Look here, with primary care professionals, hotels, airlines, Western Union should be finding social. And I agree with you, Johnny. I like the idea of it, but I don't know until we really run in this country. It's probably going to really remain a pipe dream. We, Johnny, see Johnny. Johnny is a health minister. No, you're gonna be the opposition leader, because that's not gonna make you opposition. But you oppose everything, so that's not gonna make you official. It's like how in Barbados, Prime Minister Mia Mottley had to put in somebody to be opposition. Where does that gonna put you in? Says lots of people pass in Jamaica simply because they don't have access to the resources, and that's true. Johnny says, I agree that the screenings are great. Then what? They should have follow-up steps. Yes, Johnny, screenings are great. Yes, but unless we have more clinics as you have proposed here, unless we take on and say, well, okay, let us fund
medication,
doctor visit. Because go back to the diaspora, until the diaspora get up now, unless you don't do it now, we get done. So until the diaspora say, all right, each year we're going to support. It costs $7,000 or $8,000. Let us say it costs $100 to go to a doctor, and each year we're going to give scholarships of 100 of these to people so that they can go get themselves checked. I don't know. 100 is a drop in the bucket, because if you walk into any high school, you have 1,200, 1,500 people in there. So I don't know.
Johnny said, Leo is an ambassador, aka hype man.
I must so. Guys, I want to recognize friends and family members who continue to struggle with cancer. I want to recognize those who have lost family members along the way. I remember years ago, I lost a dear friend, Judy Taylor was her name, Judy Moore. And I know that her daughter continues her own struggle. I know, and I want to pray for her daughter at this point in time, particularly. And my ex-husband is a cancer survivor. He was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He is a survivor, so he's still there. All right. And I think we've had a good morning. Any birthdays? I celebrated, my friend had birthday earlier in the week, but we celebrated.
Valerie Rich is having a birthday the 14th of October. Remember Valerie?
Oh, Valerie having 14th is our birthday.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So next week is our birthday. All the best, Miss Val. So looking forward to the party.
Today is the 8th, right?
Yes, so there's the 8th, not funny.
5 people who were born on the 8th. I can't remember who they are. There are about 8 people that I know, 5 people that I know that's born on the 8th of October. I can't remember who it is. I'm going on my phone now, we'll find out who they might call them.
Oh, you might be in trouble then.
Probably, I'm sure.
Let me just say, Donna says Jamaica has to do better in healthcare. I have friends here who want to retire and live there, but even when they bring their healthcare, they're worried, and even getting to the hospital is an emergency. Yes, those are challenges, and they're real challenges that we have to struggle with. All those persons who are having birthdays today and the rest of week, we wish you, and next week, we wish you all the best. Enjoy your days. Keep safe. Everybody, thanks so much for doing it.
I just gotta wait to resolve my birthday issue.
Your dilemma, yes.
Just say happy birthday to everybody who's born on the 8th. And if they say, Leo, you didn't call me, I'll say, go to the show and you'll see that I say happy birthday to you. Whomever they are.
Tracy says her birthday was on the 4th. Joni says my dad's and brothers are at the end of October. Okay, so we'll catch up with them on the 28th. My late mother's birthday was on the 7th, 18th. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We really enjoyed the show. 2 hours passed without even knowing it. We'll see you again Tuesday night. And as Michelle always said, Michelle, take care of yourself. And as Michelle always said, COVID is still a thing.